Yeah, give me something that you're thankful for. Come on, you kick it off. What do you got? Either raise your digital hand or just come off mute. What you got? Come on now, something good happened this week. We'll all sit here in awkward silence. It's okay.
Dusty, I'll share something.
Come on, Keith.
I am very thankful. The fact that my wife and I are closing on an investment property tomorrow that will be paying for my son's college when he is ready to go to school.
Come on, man. Y'all give Keith a big hand. That's awesome. They've got a little one around. How old is that little brother right now?
He will be 2 in June.
2 in June. Woo, so they're not busy at all. You know what I mean? Just a 2-year-old. Just a 2-year-old. Hey, how awesome is it that Keith has the frame of mind to be thinking that far ahead, right, on behalf of his kids? Come on now. Amanda, how about you this morning? What do you got?
Hey, everybody. So my husband and I took a little 2 or 3 days out of town this weekend, and we were completely attached to our laptops and working the whole time. But it's just a blessing to be a part of an industry where you can do that, where you can get
Yeah.
away and we had lots of help. We had lots of family help. So I'm definitely thankful for that. But it's nice to get away, and I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I think it's one of the greatest industries we can possibly be in because we do get the opportunity to build it the way we want to build it, right, Amanda? So I know the Oglesby family, we heading to Florida here in about like 1 month out. Okay, we're heading to Florida. We're gonna be there for 2 weeks. All right, come on now. Dorothy, how about you, ma'am?
I have been working on my morning routine, so I can say this is the third day that I woke up my alarm is set to go off at 5:30. This is the third day that I woke up between 5:15 and 5:18 on my
Come
own.
on,
So
come
I've been
on.
I've been working on my morning routine.
Hey, I'm super proud of you, Dorothy. Hey, I'll tell you, everybody hear me on the call. I promise you, if you want your day to go well, it starts with how you start. I promise you that's accurate. Okay. And some of you may not believe that, but I'm telling you, go do it for a week and tell me how different things are. You're going to think different. You're going to show up different. You're going to do different. And especially if you take a look, the biggest thing we're talking about today is how do we be more effective? How do we be more efficient? How do we execute at a higher level? You want to know the first thought today? Get up. Everybody write that down. Get up. All right. Have a set time you get up every morning. Have a set plan of what you're doing, whatever that looks like for you to set your mind right, to set your heart right, so that we get into the action that we know we need to get into. Okay. Anybody else this morning? What do we got? Anybody? Anybody? I like our chat box. We're active over here. Timothy said today's the first day of the rest of your life. Come on now.
I'll go. This is Yvonne
Hey,
from
Yvonne.
Colorado. I picked up a new client on Friday late afternoon. So it's someone that's going to be listing and buying.
Oh man, I love it. Hey,
Yeah.
well, I love getting it on Friday afternoon, Yvonne, because that makes me come back for Monday, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Do we have any golfers on the call? Any of y'all hit golf balls out there? Okay. Can I tell y'all the secret to golf? It's the same as the secret to real estate. I just need one good shot. You know what I mean? I just need one. I can shoot 95. I don't care. I will remember the one good shot and I'll be like, I'm coming back tomorrow because I had a good shot. That's what Yvonne got on Friday. She got buy and sell. That'll motivate you. Anybody else this morning before I dive in? Anybody? Anybody? Okay. I'm going to show you a video to kick it all off for you today because here's what I find, and maybe it's just me, but I don't think that it is. Okay. I think as real estate agents, I think it's just people, period. We love to talk about what we're going to do. Anybody else? I mean, we have meetings about what we're going to do. And then after that meeting, we set another meeting to talk about what we're going to do next, right? And it's just like meeting after meeting after meeting. And then we don't accomplish hardly anything that we talk about in the meetings, okay? The whole purpose of this call is to get you into action right off the bat for this week, okay? And so I'm going to show you a video of a guy who I think explains this better than anybody. Okay. And I want you to hear what he has to say because this is the first thing that we're talking about. Okay. So let me make sure it's dialed in here. All right. You won't even have to take notes because I promise you, you are going to understand very clearly what this gentleman has to say. Okay. Here you go. Everybody ready?
In the SEAL teams, I was a breacher, all right? And when we would get a target package, I'd gather intel on the breach point. I would build a bomb. I'd go back into the ready room, build a bomb specifically to breach this wall. We would go out, we would get on target. I'd be the first one in the patrol, right? I'd move up to the breach point. I'd peel the hydrogel off the back of this wall charge. It's the sticky stuff, right? I'd place the bomb on the wall. I'd cap my blasting cap in. You know, I'd pay my det cord out back to minimum safe distance, and I would look back behind me, and I would just see a bunch of sets of green eyes, right? It was my entire team was waiting for 3 words. And these 3 words ring through my head every single morning, and the 3 words are execute, execute, execute. And on the 3rd execute, I would put power to that charge and all freaking hell would break loose and we would crush our enemy. And that's what people don't do.
Yeah.
They don't execute. And you have to understand, if you don't execute on the plan, if you don't get up in the morning when you're feeling tired, scared, you don't know what's going to happen. If you don't execute, you're not just cheating yourself, dude. You're cheating your family. You're cheating your employees. You're cheating your team, whatever you're a part of. It's bigger than you.
Come on now. I told you wouldn't have to take notes. Did you get that? Okay. Number one thing we're talking about today is, hey, we got to stop talking about it and we got to go do it. Okay. I love what Dorothy said this morning. She said, hey, 3 days in a row, I'm doing it. We're not talking about it anymore. Okay. I didn't put it on a piece of paper and laminate it and stick it on my fridge. That does nothing. Okay. I mean, it might remind you, but I'm talking about making sure that you and I execute on the things we need to execute on, literally starting today. Okay. And here's the question I want to ask you. Okay. There were some key things that he said in that video. And one of the key things he said was, when we don't get up and execute, he said, this is what people don't do, right? They don't execute. He said, when we don't get up, he said, you are cheating. Who? Did you hear who he said? You. Who else are you cheating?
Your family.
Your family. Okay. You're cheating the people around you. You're cheating your clients. You're cheating all of it. Okay. So we've got to start thinking. What I want you to do today, and I love that Keith started off talking about he just bought this investment property for his son 18 years from now. Okay. What Keith did is what I'm talking about in execution. He tied his tomorrow to today. That's what execution is. You with me? I'm going to tie my tomorrow. The results I want tomorrow are going to be a result of how I execute today. The results I want at the end of this month are going to be a result of how I execute today. You guys agree with that or disagree with that? Am I right? Okay. So if I choose to not get up, I'm already cheating myself. I'm already cheating my family. Okay. You guys tracking with me? All right. So I want to give you some thoughts around execution, and then we're going to talk about efficiency. Oh, you're going to love that conversation. All right. How many of you get to the end of the day and you're like, I was so busy today. And then people are like, well, what'd you do? And you're like, I don't know. I don't know what I did. I just know that I was busy. Okay. I don't want you to be busy, Lisa. I want you to be effective. I want you to be productive. Okay. You with me? We are in a market that is not going to, like, laziness ain't going to work. Okay. We've got to get going. We got to get going quick. So I want to give you a few thoughts around execution here for a few minutes. And is Tony on the call? Is Tony Jerry on the call? Jenny, did he jump on today? Jenny, if he's not on, tell him I'm about to quote him. Okay.
Oh yeah, let's quote him. But no, he is. I have not seen him on.
Okay. Well, you just tell him I'm quoting him today. All right.
Okay.
I got one of Tony's books right here. It's called Business Ground Rules. I'm going to talk to you about execution. I want you to write a few things down here. Okay. Here's the first one. Write this down. Jim Rohn says this. He says, if you are not willing to risk the unusual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. If you are not willing to risk the unusual, you are going to have to settle for the ordinary. I don't know about you, but I don't get up every day and think, can't wait to have an ordinary life. I'm excited about it. Just want to have a couple of ordinary kids, do some ordinary things, right? Like, I don't wake up like that, okay? Like, I wake up thinking, I want to live an extraordinary life. I want a big life for my family, okay? And so that's number one. Here's number two. I love this. William James says this. He says, action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. Okay, that's really good. Y'all write that down. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. We have to get into action. All right? I'm going to give you a few thoughts around execution, okay? Here's the first one I want you to write down today. Okay? Number one, speed matters. Speed matters. And I'm going to ask you, I want to hear from somebody. What do you think I mean when I say speed matters? Why is that so important today? In 2025, in this market, speed matters. Anybody have a thought? There's no wrong answer here.
If you don't do it, someone else will get to it before you do.
There you go. If you don't do it, somebody else will get to it before you do.
Yes.
How many of you have seen that play out in your life or your business? Right? Okay. Do you know why a lot of times we don't go fast, like we don't get into speed? I'll tell you why. Everybody write this down. It's because we're trying to do everything perfect. We think there's a perfect way that we've got to do this, okay? All right? Let me tell you the number one key to execution. It's flawless. It's being unflawless. Does that make sense? Like, it's not about perfection. It's about making sure that we get it done, okay? Three things that people that are highly effective and efficient and execute at the highest level. Three things. Number one, they have clarity about what they want. Okay, so here's my first question to you today. Do you know what you want? Do you know what you want? I mean, like deep down to the core of you, do you know what you are running after? And because if you don't, you're not going to be concerned about speed. But if you know what you're going after, you are going to be concerned about speed. Are you with me? Second, when you know what you want, people who are highly effective, efficient, and execute at a high level, they know how to focus on doing the things that matter. Okay? Let me ask you this. How often in a day are you just busy doing things that don't really matter? Okay, and can I tell you why you do them? Why we do them? Because we like the feeling of busy. Don't you? Don't you like the feeling of busy? Okay. Like, I got a 12-year-old son right now who all that little brother wants to do is be busy. Okay. Like, he's got basketball practice this afternoon. He's got a skills camp at 4 o'clock today. And then he has a full-on practice later tonight. And this morning he's asking me when we're going on a run. I'm like, when do you think we're going to have time to go for a run, bro? Okay. By the way, if you want built-in accountability, have children, okay? Like, they'll build that stuff right into you. But he just wants to be busy all the time. And so I had a conversation with him and I said, son, it's not about doing all these things. It's about doing the right things and being highly effective at what we're doing, right? If he goes and runs and has skills camp and has basketball practice, something along the way is going to give. I want to know, are you focused in on the tasks that actually make sense, that are actually driving you to what you want, okay? A lot of you on this call have heard me talk about when I was in high school, all right? I learned one of the greatest lessons of my life from my high school tennis coach who taught me to focus on the task at hand, okay? I was getting my tail handed to me in a tennis match. I couldn't hit a ball in the court. I'm throwing my racket. I'm frustrated. Does this sound familiar to anybody? Okay. Anybody been frustrated this week? Anybody ready to throw your racket? Say things you probably shouldn't say out loud to other people? That's where I was. And my coach came on the court and he said, Dusty, you have one job. He picked up a little yellow tennis ball. He brought it to me and he said, can you hit this little yellow ball over the net and into that court? I said, yes, I can do that. He said, the only thing I want you to do when you walk back out on the court is one thing, hit this ball in that court. Can I tell you how to be effective and efficient today? Get focused on the right thing and hit the ball in the court. Whatever the ball is in that moment, hit the ball into the court and stop being distracted by everything else. Here's the third thing, okay? Third thing, when it comes to speed matters, they know how to execute their plans and achieve their goals. Okay? They know how to execute their plans and achieve their goals. Let me read this to you around speed, right? Speed matters. Regarding speed, there are examples throughout history and business where one company beat another company in the market and it was a game changer. Okay? We're live on Facebook right now. It literally says this. If you don't think speed matters, look at technology such as Facebook. Okay? Hey, how about the technology we have today? How many of you are studying and getting involved in AI and chat, making sure that you're ahead of the game? How many of you are doing it? Because if you're not, can I tell you what everybody else is doing? That. Okay, you with me? We've got to make sure that we stay focused on speed matters. Don't let somebody else beat you to it. Okay, and let me tell you this too. NAR says that the average person knows 13 real estate agents. They know 13 of you. There are 12 of you who are going to get there before you do if you're not concerned about speed matter. Okay, you with me? All right. Here's the second thing I want to tell you. Have a get it done now mindset. Have a get it done now mindset. All right? If you catch yourself today saying, well, I'll get to that tomorrow. Okay? Then I guarantee you chances tomorrow you're going to say, well, I'll get to that tomorrow. Okay? It's called procrastination. Anybody do it? Okay? Do you know when we stop procrastinating? When the pain gets so bad. Okay?
When we die, but
that part too, right? What happens is the pain gets so great. How many of you have actually procrastinated so long that it became painful for you? And so now, because the pain is so great, now I have no choice other than to go do it. I want you to get there before you get to that pain. Are you tracking with me on this? Okay. So the second thing is have a get it done now mindset. Okay. Literally the first sentence right here says, stop making excuses and get it done. All right. I want everybody right now to write down one thing you know you have not done that you need to do, and you're going to commit to doing it literally today. You know you haven't done it. You know you need to do it. And I want you to write it down right now. And I want you to make a commitment to yourself that you're going to get that activity done. Okay. How many of you, by raise of hands, you know there's something that you've been waiting on and you know you got to get it done? Okay. With me? All right. Some of you, I get to coach 101 and we get to talk about this a lot, right? Like I'm proud of my man, Keith, over there, because he's sitting in an office that like one of our coaching calls, Keith, you remember this? One of our coaching calls was like, hey bro, you got to go get your office done so that you can close that door and lock it and nobody comes in there. And I don't know why I'm blurry, but we're going to see if we can fix that. Okay. Can you see me now? Am I getting any better? I'm not any better. Y'all are going to see me blurry all day long. Martina, do you know how to fix this? Okay. You're just going to see me blurry. It's cool. That's right. That's all right. Okay. Let me give you the next one. This is huge.
Try to turn it off and on real quick before you.
Oh, you mean like this? Like do this? Video off?
Yes.
And video on? Yeah, that didn't do anything. Camera 1, camera 2. That's okay. We'll fix it. All right. Number 3, I want you to write it down. I think this is the most important one because I think this is where we all get stuck. Okay. It's where we all get stuck. Here it is. Production before perfection. Production before perfection. Stop thinking you have to get it perfectly right before you get into action. Just get into action. That's the number one thing that has to happen. People out on Facebook got to think this is awesome that all I'm doing is showing my hand on the screen. Oh, there we go. See that? Look at that. Woo, woo. So proud of myself. Technology. Okay. Production before perfection. Okay. It's everybody write this down. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. Move the ball forward. Okay. If you want to get what you want, okay, you got to figure out what's going to move the ball forward. How do I go from where I'm at to where I want to be? Okay. The gap between where you are and where you want to go is found in what you already know. You're just not doing it. I'm going to say that again. If you don't hear anything else I said today, hear this. The gap between where you are and what you want is found in what you already know. You are just not doing it. Okay, you tracking with me on this? All right. So it's production before perfection. It's progress, not perfection. Here's the next one. Execute with accountability. All right, everybody hear me. Anywhere you and I are not held accountable, we are prone to wonder. You with me? Okay. And I'm the king of wondering. Okay. Right. Like if I don't have like, hey, Dusty, here's what I need from you. And I need it right now. And if you don't do it by here, here's what's going to happen. Then I'll just keep pushing that. Okay. You with me? So I'm talking get people around you. And I've coached you on this before. Get people around you who love you enough to tell you the truth and they'll call you out on your word. All right. Execute with accountability. All right. And then here's the next one. Measure everything. Measure everything. You want to be highly effective. You want to be highly efficient. You want to execute at a high level. Measure everything. All right. You and I cannot measure what we do not track. So you need to be tracking every day your calendar. You need to be tracking the number of conversations you have. You need to be tracking how many appointments you're going on and setting. All of these things need to be tracked so that you can measure it, so you can know where you stand. Track your numbers. Okay? Numbers are the language of business. You got to track every single number so that we understand it and know it at a high level. Okay? And then the final two. Results versus activity. Okay, everybody hear me. Activity for activity's sake is just activity. I want you to have results, not just activity. Are you with me? Now, keep in mind that results don't just happen. All right. Especially in the world of real estate. All right. We've talked about this. We're playing a long game. All right. It's time on task, overtime done consistently and with accountability. And on the other side of that, I will see results. But results don't come immediately. All right. And I want to remind you today that just because it's not working doesn't mean it's not working. Okay. Keep making the plays, keep making the plays, keep making the plays. I promise you that it works. All right. And then the final thing is this. Okay. Plan your work and then just work the plan. That's it. Like, hey, this is the plan. And we're just going to do that. I have this awesome coaching client. I don't think he's on today, but his name is Daniel out in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He went up 36% this last year in his business in a year where a lot of agents struggled. And I asked him, I interviewed him in front of a lot of people. And I said, hey, what's the one thing you would tell everybody that you did to accomplish this? And he said, Dusty, what we did is we just did what we said we would do. I said, what do you mean? He said, when you and I first started coaching, we put on a piece of paper what the plan was. And he said, every day we got up and we just ran the plays. That was his exact language. We just ran the plays. All right. What I want you to do is make sure that you have a plan. Okay. And that you run the plays. That's it. Just run the plays. I'm going to show you one more video and then we'll jump out of here. Okay. I trust you'll get something out of this. If you're not a fan of Deion Sanders, I'm sorry, but you should be. Okay. So here he is. Where are my Colorado people at? Here we go.
See, my top plays happen at practice when no one was looking. My top plays happen in Fort Myers, Florida, when none of you knew anything about me. My top plays happened when it was no camera there. See, those are the plays you just caught on camera. Those weren't my top plays because I practiced like I played, so when I played, it would be practice. Yeah, you were supposed to clap right there because that was straight.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Come on, get up to practice place.
So there's somebody out there right now, the light ain't on you, but keep making plays. Nobody's talking about you, but keep making plays.
That's right.
I know your sales numbers aren't where your friend is, but keep making plays. I know nobody's talking about you, and you're not on the leaderboard right now, but baby, keep making plays.
Okay. All right. Can you do that? All right. So today, when you walk out of here, all right, what's one thing that you can do in your business that will be effective and radically change your business? Something that you haven't done that you know you need to do. What's one thing in your life that you know you need to do that you haven't done that will radically affect and change your business? Okay. Go execute on that. Go execute on that. Was this helpful to you today? Give me a couple quick takeaways and we'll jump off. Couple quick takeaways. What do you got?
I actually have a to-do list of things that I am going to do as soon as we hang up this call, and I have not been practicing that.
Yes, Stacy. Go get them. Hey, and on the other side of that, Stacy, it's like you're going to feel incredible, right? Because you're going to accomplish it, and it's going to move the ball forward, right? Just put the ball in play. Put the ball in play. Somebody else, one or two more.
I like your number 2, focus on the things that matter. Because sometimes my work day feels like a hamster in a hamster wheel. I know I was busy, but where did I go with it?
That's
so
right.
I really like number 2, focus on the things that matter.
That's right. That's right. Focus on the things that matter. There we go. And you couldn't have said it better, Lisa. Keep making plays. Everybody hear me? Keep making plays. I love you guys. Bless you. We'll see you next week, okay? Thank you for being on. Go execute. Let's go.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.